This is White Plume Mountain on Reaper Four Skulls, and this is a classic D&D pen and paper module that was made into an adventure here on
The gatekeeper's
DDO,
portal
and there's
takes
several
you
of
to the
those.
bottom of a collapsed staircase somewhere deep underground. At the foot of the stairs, a corpse greets you with an empty stare. Something is clutched in its hand. To the east lies a room filled with treasure. Inside, you can see the codex page sitting on a pedestal. But access to the treasure chamber is blocked behind 3 magical seals. Each seal bears the symbol of a weapon. A sword, a hammer, and a trident. A regal creature waits for you in the water here. It meets your gaze with eyes filled with both sadness and wisdom. Greetings, challengers. I am required to administer your first
Do you know what this
test.
number is? Double my number,
Please
I'm less than a score.
approach.
Half my number is
The
less than
Sphinx
4.
clears her throat and begins her
Add
challenge
1
in
to
a
my
solemn
double,
tone.
it's the bakers are near. Is it 7?
My challenge
Days of the week are
is
still
a
greater?
riddle.
No? 6?
Answer true
It's
and
3
you
through
may
9 is
pass.
my choices.
Answer wrong, and your lives are forfeit.
6, I think. That's what I was
Now,
thinking too.
hearken to me. I begin.
Alright, yeah, so 6 was the only
Double
logical
my
answer
number,
there.
I'm less than a score. Half of my number is less than 4. Add 1 to my double when numbers are near.
That's one I don't remember seeing, and normally there's one that's about some black words flying away, and you're supposed to have the
barrier
number
blocking your way
that
fades
remain,
in
and
a
it's the
shimmer
ones that
of
are
light,
dead.
and your
And then there's
adventure
another one
continues.
that's always the moon is the right
This
answer.
passage is framed in metal. There's a faint crackle of electricity, and it's uncomfortably warm. It's hard to say how strong the current is, or how it might affect you, until you step inside.
This is my least favorite part of this quest. because I'm very bad at it. Like basically, we're
A
kind of like
narrow, winding path leads over a drop into beds of spikes and whirling blades. The path seems to be slick,
usually I try to
almost
stop myself
effortless.
here,
A
slow myself
dangerous
down a
fall
little bit,
indeed.
and Reaper below. So I definitely don't want to fall, but I'm like I want to say that I may be 50-50 on this, not falling. Whoa, looking pretty bad. Oh, that was close. All right, all right, all right. Well, amazingly, I didn't fall. I don't know why I have more problem than that with that than other people do, especially Chronivere and Shiley who have it mastered, but for whatever reason I do. All right, so we're doing some optionals. This is a swimming optional with
A
some
literal
traps.
wall of water
I'm going to
stands
give myself
before
some
you,
healing over
held back
time.
by some kind of
Jump in,
enchantment.
and you
A
try to
steady
avoid
flow
the
of
damage.
bubbles suggests a swift current waits beyond for those brave enough to
Chronivere
stand.
sometimes thinks I'm aiming for it because I take damage in here too much. But I have evasion, so pretty good chance I get through
You
this just fine.
burst out of the water and
All right, I'm going to
find
wait
an
till the rest of the party's
ambush.
here. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to put my big ability on. And we've had problems with this area before. That's why I'm using my big ability. And there's also a chest or there's a shrine after every crest, so I'll be able to get it back. I'm gonna give Chronivere a heal if I can reach him. Over time. Alright, let's see if I can reach him with this. There we go. A little delayed reaction on the heal, but he's getting it. And I'm gonna pause it while we bring all the dual boxes here. Seems like these guys can be stunned pretty good. They're hard to get together, though. This thing does a lot of damage. Alright. Oh, I gotta get up here. Just missed it. Hopefully Shiley can stay alive, otherwise we're in trouble. Not looking too good. I think Chronivere does have a Gibber's Blade, though. Actually, Shiley might also have a Gibber's Blade. So we're going to try to get raised with the Bard. He's going to bring the Bard here, and we'll use the Gibbers as a last resort. See how much damage I took there. It wasn't too bad. 279, 370, 262. I don't see any big hits. It just happened very fast. And that was one that at least my death was preventable. I think I should have got my dodge clicky on. That's one of the advantage of Chronivere and Shiley having their dual boxes in here, is that we can recover pretty quickly from these type of situations. as is often the case, it's not that these guys are not that tough. It's just that 3 or 4 of them, they each do 2 attacks, and so 3 or 4 of them doing their attacks all at once is just too much to take. It's, you know, it's the equivalent of a big giant hit. I don't know how we got so many. Normally I only do get 1 or 2 at a time, but for some reason they're just all swimming in the same area, I guess. Alright, this section's done, so we're going to jump down now and then do the next section. And it's similar, but there's just like basically each side has 1 scorpion. So we're just going to get that 1 scorpion per side. It's really easy if we do them 1 by 1. Alright, these guys hit really hard and they are sort of grouped together, so it's, again, it's, you have to be careful. And it's hard to find solid land. Alright, so once we're done with this section, now we can just jump down here. And, whoop, let me see, we can get the trap and avoid this flooding altogether, it looks like. "13 success, that's a good sign. This chest is going to become active whether we want it to or not, so we might as well just fight it real quick.
Where Snap growls in a deep voice.
So if you look at Shyly's attack speed compared to mine with two-handed fighting, you can just see how many more attacks they get, and so a two-handed fighting build is a little better against mobs like this because I can get multiple attacks in, but a two-weapon fighting build is vastly superior to two-handed fighting for single target damage. Well, I don't know about vastly, but it's significantly better. even though you don't see it there where that chest used to be, you can click in that area and get the chest. And we're going to shrine, and I'm going to pause it while we get the bard over here to buff us.
As you touch the crest, it fades away. You hear a bell chime in the distance. You are one step closer to your objective.
So if you look on the map, there's kind of like 3 sections that go, I'll go north. We did the northwest. Now we're gonna do straight north, and then we're gonna do northeast last. Each one has a crest, and there's an optional chest in 2 of them, and we're doing all the optionals. Alright, so these Kelpies are deceptively tough
As you enter
on melees.
The room, 2 green feminine forms emerge
Well, not this
from
time.
the water
Not
with
this
a
time, but
splash.
they do a lot of damage. You can see it. You can see what kind of damage Shiley took there. So we just killed them fast. But if you don't kill them fast, they do a lot of damage. Very easy from range. That was effective. That Holy Retribution took 2 of them out. I'm gonna do my, a lot of champions there, so I'm gonna do my dodge now. Nice thing about dodge is it regenerates, so I don't mind as much using it. The other one I only get 1 use of, so I want to be a little more judicious on that one. And we also have an optional here. That's the way forward, and then this is the optional, and we've decided we want to do these optionals. They have some good named items.
To the touch and smells
Get over there quicker if you just kind of jump.
At the start might be
This guy's an
required to
orange
get
name,
through.
so we should be able to, I should be able to dire charge him. Yeah, looks like it went fine. Oh, I wasn't close enough. I get it. Yep, it did work. So we're going to try to take him down first. He does a lot of damage. Alright, we'll get that chest later. He's no slouch either, but doesn't hit as hard as the champion. So, Chronobir says 230,000 hit points on this guy. And it feels like it. And this is the remnant chest from the champion, orange name. And then the rare chest is, optional chest is here, and this could have a named item in it. And I'm going to pause it while they bring their dual boxes here to loot. Not sure if we got anything or not. Looks like somebody got an Inferno Sniper. That's, oh wow, look at that. Mythic +2 and Reaper PRR bonus. So that's a really nice bow that he has. And he has a couple of archers, so I know he can make good use of that one. In fact, I know for at one point he was looking for that bow, and that's probably a better version of that bow. All right, so we are off to the next section, which is the crest area for the second area. And I'm going to wait till everybody's here before we start. So this is a pretty tough fight. I do have my Fire Shield Scroll if I need it. I actually have some potions too that I've gotten in Daily Dice, but I want to save those for too hot to handle. So we're going to jump down and probably use both my clickies here because it's a pretty tough fight.
Pulsing magical barriers hold the boiling water of the mountain at bay.
Let's see what we can
The
do.
enchanted walls pulse.
He's got a pretty nasty knockdown attack as well.
The walls don't
Let's see. See damage reduction too. The fire damage here is an issue, but I think the bigger thing is his physical damage. I think we're just going to take him down pretty quick though, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we're taking him down really, really fast. On higher skulls, this is more of a problem because the room fills up with hot water if you don't kill him quick enough.
One of the magical barriers can, and scalding hot water streams in. Another barrier tends.
So I gotta get out of the way of that.
Scalding water. The crab seems unaffected by the heat.
I think we just take him down as quick as we can at this point.
Being boiled alive.
I'm not really taking much heat damage right now, so his physical damage, on the other hand, is pretty tough. But for sure, I'd have to either use my dodge or big hit point clicky, but didn't have to use either.
With a mighty crash.
Alright.
There's a low hum, and the barriers shimmer with energy. The
I don't
tears
think I
in
need to
them
shrine
close,
here.
and the water begins to drain from the chamber. As the water recedes, you notice a crest marked with a trident toward the back of the chamber. Another crest claimed. Only one left to go.
And we're going to rebuff with the Bard. I'm just going to pause it while we bring the Bard here to rebuff. Actually, I didn't need to pause that. The Bard's already here. So we're... just going to move on to part 3. And we did the northwest, we did the north section, and now we're going to do this sort of northeast passageway.
Bright green slime covers the floor here. Something about it gives you a bad feeling.
Plague Reaper ahead.
Pain stings the soles of your feet. You you look down to see the green slime coating your boots, it begins to creep
And a
up,
bugbear mob.
reaching higher, and slowly let go.
And this is where we're going to go to the end fight. We should be able
This
to...
mechanical door has a keyhole
should be able to
mounted in the
pick it.
stone floor in front of it.
Shiley's is probably a little better than mine. Yep, got it. And
A
then
set
the
of
answer here is 9. It's
patchwork
the
creatures
only
regard you
non-prime
impassively,
number.
each
It's the one that
branded
doesn't belong.
with a glowing number. One of them begins to speak. If you can pick it out, it will serve you, and the others will allow passage.
Deal. This guy hits pretty hard. So always grab these potions if you can. They're jumping plus 30. As far as I know, the only plus 30 potions in the game, and I try to get as many of those as I can. And there's a few other potions in this quest too that you can get. This one's just like right on the way. And you want to try to avoid jumping when those streams are between the platforms you're jumping on, because it'll push you off. And as you can see, when you start hearing the noise, you got to be careful. But as you can see, Chronivere and Shiley are way ahead of me. Jumping is not my strong point in this game. And we did it. All right. Alright, so there's sometimes some mobs here. Looks like we got lucky and didn't get any mobs, but it's pretty common that there's actually mobs here. And this goes to the end fight for the third crest, which is a vampire. And the big mechanic in this quest is that you want to avoid circles. If you stand in the circles for too long, you'll die.
Thank you for
I usually like to kind of stay in the middle to keep myself centered, so I know whereabouts which way to run. So there's a circle. You got to get out of that. It's instant death if you're not out of that. His DR breaker is silver. And so you want to run towards the center, away from, just to make sure you have enough distance, because if you try to go the other way, you probably would run out of room in a lot of cases. Alright, see if I can get a heal here. There you go. Pretty good. Alright, so out the circle. And so sometimes people die in this part because there's a lag, or they don't. Sometimes there's a bug and you don't see the circle.
The vampire's form crumbles to ash, and the magical darkness recedes. You spy a crest marked with the symbol of a hammer in one corner of the room.
And I am not going to shrine. I don't know if anyone's going to shrine here.
That's the last crest. Time to return to the treasure room and claim your rewards.
And there's a great sword out here I would love to get, although if I get it, I'll probably be asking myself, why didn't I run this first?
Not thinking of leaving, are you? You've been so
Alright, so
entertaining.
we're going to pull these guys back to this area.
With those little items of mine.
And that's when one of these guys dies, there's going to be a second spawn of enemies. So we want to stay back so that we don't get 3 at a time. So
to let Nix and Nox escort you to the indoctrination center. I'll be most.
Nox is a melee, and I'm going to try to take him, and the other guy's a caster. We'll probably want to all get Nox down first as much as we can. He's the bigger threat of the two. The caster has some knockdown and other things, but Nox hits harder, although no evidence of that right this second. Oh, Nix is the melee, so I'm on the wrong guy. So we'll take you down. So this is the guy that hits harder. We want to take him down first, normally. So now we can go up there. The other two are there. We want to bring down this guy first, the melee. Although the other guy knocks you down, so pluses and minuses, I guess. And so the reason we pulled them there is that as soon as the first two died, these two spawned. So that bought us some time. We only had to fight. We didn't have to fight the other two until both of the guys were defeated. If you don't do that, if you fight them here, you have to pretty much, if you want to avoid fighting them all at the same time, 3 at the same time, you have to kill the first 2 at the same time. So
one of the wizard's magic
we'll click on this to end it.
Confirms your victory as you enter the treasure chamber. Well played. I concede this
no sword, but I think if somebody gets a sword, they'll probably pass it to me because they know I need it.
Although I confess, there's something to be said for the occasional setback. It makes my next victory taste so much
I never get too worked up about loot. I mean, a lot of people do. I don't. I just, I use what I have, and I sort of understand that things are not going to be perfect, and that it's just going to take a while to get the loot I need. And so it looks like a spark of memory was passed to me. That's very helpful. This is a this will allow me to upgrade my weapon to have 7 tiers instead of 6. I'm not able to use it yet, but I will eventually use it. Uh, Definitely appreciate that. And that, let's see, Reaper XP 4,246, 43 minutes, 41 seconds, and that's because we did all the optionals. So that is White Plume Mountain on Reaper 4 with all the optionals.